Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am traveling all the way to Barcelona. My original plan was to fly on the airline that I work for. That flight was completely full. There was no way I was getting on that flight. I could have made it on the flight attendant jump seat. However, I'm not going to be doing that for 9 hours. So luckily I had miles on Air France from when I was supposed to fly with them back in May. I did a whole vlog on that. I didn't end up flying on them, so I got all my miles back. So I still had miles on Air France, so I decided that I'm just going to take Air France from Miami to Paris, Paris to Barcelona. It was like 33,000 miles, which I had plenty of miles. So 33,000 miles, not bad to get on a confirmed flight all the way to Europe. But of course, never fails. As I'm driving to the airport, I get a text from Air France that they rebooked the second flight of my trip, which is from Paris to Barcelona. Originally, I was supposed to be on a 12:40 flight, only an hour and 20 minutes between my Miami-Paris flight and my Paris-Barcelona flight. Since my flight tonight got delayed, I'm not gonna make my 12:40 connection. So they put me on a 9 p.m. flight, which keeps me at the airport in Paris for 9 hours. 9 hours in between my flights. I tried to call, see if they could put me on an earlier flight. I could clearly see it. There was a flight open earlier, and the system wouldn't allow them to rebook me for whatever reason. It just made no sense. This is my fault for giving Air France a second chance. What am I gonna do? At least I'm getting to Barcelona at some point tomorrow. Right now, it's 4 p.m. on the East Coast, meaning it's 10 p.m. in Barcelona. So I probably won't be in Barcelona for another 24 hours. Anyhow, I've parked my car. I'm gonna go into the airport, check my luggage. I'm gonna be gone for 9 days. If you didn't watch my last video, the reason that I'm going to Barcelona is because I'm taking a 7-day Mediterranean cruise on Virgin Voyages. It's a French days and Ibiza nights. So we're stopping in 2 ports in France, Palma de Mallorca and Ibiza. So that's where the cruise is stopping. It's gonna be a 7-day cruise, and I'm meeting my friends in Barcelona. So it's gonna be a fun time. Come along with me on my travel day. Let's see what happens. Hopefully my flight tonight doesn't cancel. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, because that's what happened to me back in May. Only positive thoughts. I just want to get to Europe. Let's go. All right, I made it to the terminal. I have my handy dandy big Amazon luggage. We're gonna go right through here, Air France, KLM. So I got through security and I came and got myself a bottle of water. I'm probably gonna get a snack because my flight doesn't leave for another 5 hours or 4.5 hours. I am in Terminal J here in Miami International Airport. Believe it or not, guys, even though I've been based here for the last 8 years, I have never been to this terminal. This is where Air France leaves out of, I believe Virgin Atlantic, a bunch of the airlines. First things first, I want to find myself a little secluded area right over here. So now to just sit here and wait for the flight to arrive. So I'm not sure why it's delayed. So I'll be landing in Paris tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon rather, at 12:20 p.m. And then my flight doesn't leave till 9:05 p.m. to Barcelona. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. I'm gonna try to make the best of it. Maybe get some macarons, I don't know, something, croissants.
3 hours later.
It is 9:10 and the boarding process has finally started here. This flight was on the Boeing 777-300, very big aircraft. Sadly, I was not sitting in business class on this trip, but it's okay, I just need to get to Barcelona. I made it to my seat at 28L. I specifically chose this seat because it was a 2-seater and I wanted a window seat. The in-flight entertainment pops out from the center just like so. According to the seat map, there was no one sitting next to me on this flight. I was nervous someone would end up getting assigned to sit there, but no one ever came. Thank God. It allowed me a little more comfort on this long flight. After another minor maintenance delay, we were finally on our way. We departed at 10:30 p.m. The crew put on the safety video, and shortly after, we were airborne. Once we got in the air, the flight attendant started the dinner service, so I pulled out my tray table, which is under the armrest. For dinner, I chose the chicken option. It came with a carrot salad, bread, butter, cheese, and a brownie for dessert. Everything was really good. After dinner, I took a long nap and woke up when the flight attendants came by for breakfast service. This little breakfast bag came with a warm cheese roll, another piece of bread, yogurt, jam, a fruit cup, some orange juice, and cutlery. As you can see here, we were getting close to Paris. After an 8-hour flight, we finally landed at 12:50 p.m. Since I had 8 hours to kill before my next flight, I took my time getting off the airplane and I let all the eager people off first. It was a 5 to 10 minute walk to immigration where I showed my passport and was quickly allowed in the country. Alright guys, I just cleared immigration here in Paris. Now I gotta make it over to Terminal 2F because that's where my connecting flight's gonna go out of in like 8 hours. It's 1 p.m. My flight doesn't leave till 9. Air France automatically gave me a €15 voucher to buy something in the airport because my flight was delayed over 2 hours, so that was nice of them. I ended up buying chips, a bottle of water, a sandwich, and some cookies. Several hours later, I treated myself to some macarons from La Durée, which are some of the best macarons I have ever tasted. Finally, after a long day of watching movies on my phone and walking around the airport, it was time to board my flight to Barcelona. As you can see, it is already dark outside. I was just very relieved and happy to finally be getting on the last flight of this long journey. Finally. This flight to Barcelona was on Air France's Airbus 321. It was a completely full flight. We ended up taking off around 9:30 p.m. I slept through most of the flight, and before I knew it, we landed in Barcelona at 10:50 p.m. Very quick flight. I was exhausted but happy to finally be at my final destination. This has to be the longest travel day I have ever had in my life. Finally made it to Barcelona. I've never been to this terminal before. I've only done the international terminal, but now I don't even have to go through immigration because I did immigration in Paris. I can just walk out and get my bag and just finally get to my hotel. All right, got my luggage and made it all the way here, thankfully. And after 27 hours of a long travel, I have made it. I have made it to my hotel room. I can't believe that I have not had a place to lay down in for the last 27 hours, but I finally made it. I don't know why I did this to myself. All my travel days are always so hectic and crazy. Well, honestly, I don't really do it to myself. Things happen in aviation and the airline industry, and luckily I understand because I work in that industry, but it sucks. So I do feel for passengers whenever they have cancellations and things that can mess up their travel plans. I was already thinking that if my flight from Paris to Barcelona would have canceled tonight, I definitely would not have made the cruise because all the flights tomorrow are full as well from Paris to Barcelona. So luckily we made it. The flight was quick. It was about an hour and 20 minutes. I have stayed in this hotel room before, so if you guys saw my vlogs from back in May when I did a cruise out of Barcelona, this is the same exact hotel that I stayed in. This is the bathroom. It's an open concept. It's very open. There's no door here. So luckily I'm not staying with anyone. So this is it. This is the bathroom. Shower head. This is how I look after 26 hours of travel. And then over here is where le toilette, the toilet is, el baño. I'm gonna go through my bags. Hopefully everything is still intact in there. I'm gonna end this video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow I'm embarking on Virgin Voyages Mediterranean cruise. I'm very excited to finally meet up with all my friends who are already here. I'm finally gonna get to meet up with them. Now I get to be excited about the cruise because, you know, it was not looking so good there. But anyways, if you are new here, please be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell for post notifications. It will alert you the next time that I post a brand new video. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.